Hi, I'm Lindsay Wasserman. I'm a physical therapist at the Spalding National Running Center, and I'm also a yoga teacher. And I'm here to guide you in a nice short yoga series for all you runners out there. I really believe that yoga complements running really well. It addresses hip mobility, hip strength, as well as getting your feet to work, getting your ankles to bend and move, and just giving you a sense of lower body work as well as some upper body work that really can complement our running. So let's get started. All you need is your yoga mat. If you have some yoga blocks, those can be helpful, especially as we use some modifications. And I should say, if anything doesn't feel right in your body, feel free to take modifications, take a break, skip the posture, and we can work towards it. All right, I don't want you to get hurt during this class, and you shouldn't if you listen to your body. So let's get started. We'll start in child's pose. So bring your big toes to touch. Sink back into your hips, reach your arms out, and then bring your forehead down to the mat. And we'll take a moment here just to find some stillness. So stay in that child's pose, just listen to my words. Take a nice breath in. Take a big breath out. Take a moment, settle down. Usually as runners, we're constantly on the go. Take a moment, acknowledge your breath. Feel that rib cage expand. Take a breath in. Exhale out. Let all that air come out of your ribs, out of your lungs. Okay, take another breath in. Fill up. Feel the back side of your rib cage open up. And then big exhale out. Let that air move out. Feel a sense of relief in your neck, your shoulders. Settle into your hips. If your hips are at all tight, let your knees open up. On your next breath in, come to tabletop. Stack your shoulders right over your wrists. Gaze down between your thumbs. And then take a breath in, drop your belly, gaze forward, let your back arch. And then on your exhale, draw your belly toward your spine, round your spine, let your head hang heavy. This is your cat pose. So inhale, move into your cow pose, lift your chest, open up. On your exhale, round your spine, move into your cat pose. And we start to link our breath to movement. So inhale one way, arch your spine, look up. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your tailbone underneath you. And continue to move at your own pace, inhaling one way, exhaling the other way. Starting to notice how breath can empower your movement and can guide you through your movement. Notice how your spine feels right now. Breathe with your movement. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. And then find yourself in your neutral spine. So pull your belly in, spread your fingers wide, draw your chin in, and then curl your toes under. Take a breath in. On your exhale, hover your knees 1 inch off the mat. With that hover, feel your palms draw to your knees draw towards your palms. Pull your belly in, feel strong. Take a nice breath in. On your exhale, downward facing dog. And for all you runners out there, let your knees bend. Press your tailbone up to the sky and just start to walk your dog out. Press one heel down, press the other heel down. In your downward dog, it's okay if you can't straighten your legs. I want you to keep your knees bent and push your tailbone back to take the load out of your upper body. Your hamstrings will get longer as we hit this posture throughout our practice, so don't worry about it now. I want you to feel your feet into the mat. Press down into your toes and just walk out your dog. And then take a nice breath in. On your exhale, walk your feet to the front of your mat and then slowly roll up. Bring your hands to heart center. Bring your big toes to touch and close your eyes. Take a moment here, and with all my practices, I like you to set an intention. An intention can be anything you want it to be. It can be why you're coming to your mat, whatever you'd like. Today I offer you to just be aware of your body, to be aware of where your feet are, your legs are, your hips are, and where your mind is at. Just worry about what's in the four corners of your mat. And we'll seal this intention or any other intention with the breath together. Take a deep breath in. Big exhale out. And then draw your arms down by your side. Draw your shoulders down and back. Lift your head. So we'll start with bringing some awareness to our feet. So as we stand here, press all 10 toes into the ground And then think about lifting those arches. This is what we call doming, for anyone who works with me in the clinic. Think about squeezing the muscles of your feet. So yoga is wonderful because we're barefoot the entire time working those foot muscles. And then from here, see if you can lift just your big toes and keep your little toes down. And then put your big toes down, lift your little toes up. This is actually called toe yoga. So little toes down, big toes up. Big toes down, little toes up. If you can't do it right now, don't worry about it. Practice it after this class. Maybe use your hands to help you out. All right, come back, press all 10 toes into the ground. Come back to lifting those arches. Lift your kneecaps, squeeze your butt muscles, pull your shoulders back, stand tall. Okay, keep that core engaged. From here, inhale, mountain pose. Sweep your arms up high, hold and breathe here. So draw your pinkies towards one another. Pull your lower rib cage down. Find length in your spine. Take a nice deep breath in. On your exhale, forward fold. So bring your hands to heart center. Bend your knees as you lower down. Let your head hang heavy. Inhale up, halfway lift. So find a nice flat spine. Draw your shoulder blades back. Pull your belly in. Take a breath in. On your exhale, high plank pose. Plant your hands, step back into that high plank position. Now think of that lower belly, that Uddiyana Bandha, just like we worked on our hands and knees. And then shift your weight right over your wrists. At any point, you can drop down to your knees. That's totally fine. And then pull up in through your low belly. Take a breath in. On your exhale, lower all the way down as one unit. And then bring your hands to your lower rib cage. Gaze down at your mat. Inhale, baby cobra. Lift your shoulders up off the ground. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Open your chest. And then exhale, lower down. Curl your toes under. Firm up your low belly as one unit. Inhale, high plank, press up strong. So try not to arch your back. Keep that core engaged. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, send your tailbone to the sky. Let your knees bend. Take a breath in, rise up on your toes. And your exhale, press those heels towards the ground. All right, we're gonna flow to get some heat into our body. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, root down, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold, soften your knees as you lower down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank pose, plant your hands. Step back into your high plank, pull your belly in, lower down as one unit. Inhale, baby cobra, lift your chest. Exhale, lower down. Curl your toes under, firm up your belly. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Again, feel free to keep those knees bent. Don't worry about those hamstrings right now. Inhale, mountain pose, root down, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, high plank pose. Now listen here, you can lower down and do that baby cobra again, or shift forward, come halfway down, pull those elbows into your side. Inhale, upward facing dog. Come onto the tops of your toes. Press yourself away from the ground. Pull your shoulder blades back. Work so your kneecaps are up off the ground, so you're not sagging into your back, but you're lifting strong. Downward facing dog. Soften your knees. And then pedal out your dog. Press one heel down. Press your other heel down. Feel your toes work into the ground. All right, we're going to move into what we call our sun B. Building a little more heat into our legs. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. We bend into our legs. Lift our arms up by our ears and breathe here. So this is where the strength starts to come in. Notice if your back is arching, pull your belly in. Shift your weight back so you see your toes. And then send your tailbone down to the ground. You challenge yourself where you can. Lift your biceps up by your ears. Take a nice breath in. On your exhale, chair plane. Draw your shoulder blades back towards one another. Draw your pinkies towards one another. And then keep the core engaged. From here, just float yourself onto your toes. So we're going to do a chair plane, elevated. So coming on your tiptoes. Now notice that those ankles are bowing out. Seal your thighs together, seal those ankles together. So you're gonna start to work those toes and ankles. Take a breath in. On your exhale, drop your heels, reach your arms forward. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. Plant your hands, step back. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, or take that baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, inhale, float your right leg up high. Exhale, knee to nose in high plank. So you're gonna shift into that high plank and then drive your right knee forward. Now press through the ball mound of your left foot like you're driving your body weight towards the front of your mat. And now use your core to pull your right knee towards your nose. Yes, you should feel that core firing. Take a breath in. On your exhale, start to send your right leg up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Come right back into that position. This time, step your right foot forward. Now this is a great place for blocks if you need them, to give you some space. If you don't have blocks, you can tent your fingertips, plug your right hip back, press your left knee to the sky, pull your belly in. From here, inhale, crescent lunge. Stack your shoulders over your hips. You might need to step your back foot in a little bit, and then raise your arms up by your ears. Now take a moment here, bring your hands back to your hips. Point all 10 toes towards me, I'm gonna face you. And then allow your back knee to soften, tip your pelvis underneath you. So you keep the core engaged, shoulders directly over your hips. And you should feel that front thigh start to open. Plug your left hip back, right hip forward. Reach your arms up high to the sky. Good, lift your chest. Sink a little lower, take a breath in. On your exhale, airplane your arms. So crescent lunge with airplane arms. Press the back leg straight, reach your arms down by your side. Breathe here. So we're gonna create this long line of energy from your left heel up through the crown of your head. That's that triple extended position. Driving through your toes, pull your belly in, shoulders back. Inhale. On your exhale, warrior two. Spiral your arms open. Bend into your front knee. Notice that that front knee is diving in. Draw it out. Use your outer right glute. Press down into your left foot. Reach your arms out to a T. So often in runners, I see their knees coming in. That muscle, that outer hip, that's what we want to work to keep that knee open. So work on it now. Pull your rib cage in. Reach your arms out to the side. Good, take a breath in. Take a breath out. Good, inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Bring your right hand down, float your left hand up high. Breathe here. Lift up out of your left side and rotate your left shoulder on top of your right. Continue to bend in your front knee. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach your right hand up high. Bend deeper in your front knee. Find space in your whole right side body. Inhale. On your exhale, low lunge. Come right back down where we started. And then press weight into your left hand. Inhale, simple twist. Float your right hand up high. So we open up our chest. Press your left knee straight. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. And now use the strength of your belly. Step your right foot back into high plank. If you want a little more challenge, float your right leg. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. On your toes. Exhale, press your heels towards the ground. Second side. Inhale, float your left leg up high. Exhale, knee to nose in high plank. So shift your weight right over your wrist. Drive your knee forward. Press through your right toes. So feel your right thigh engaged. And then use your low belly to pull that left knee forward. Inhale, three-legged down dog. Exhale, low lunge. Step that left foot between your hands. Take a moment. If you need some blocks or some books or some space, use that and then pull your left hip back. Right hip presses down. Straighten out through your right knee. And then pull your belly in away from your front thigh. The shoulders down and back. From here, we're gonna move into that crescent lunge. Maybe step your back foot in a few steps. Inhale, crescent lunge. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Allow your back knee to bend and breathe here. Arms will come up overhead, but take a moment. Bring them to your hips. Notice where your pelvis is. Pull your left hip back, right hip forward. Tuck your tailbone underneath you. Pull your core in. Feel your glutes work to hold you in place there. Now take a nice deep breath in. On your exhale, airplane your arms. So press your back knee straight. Push through your right big toe. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Breathe here. So lift your low belly away from your front thigh. Charge your, or pull your left hip back. Charge your right hip forward. Good inhale. On your exhale, warrior two, spiral open into that warrior two position. Left knee draws out into the center of your foot. And you align your front heel with the arch of your back foot. Bend deep into your front thigh. Pull your belly in. Reach your arms out to a T. Now sink a little deeper if you can. Inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Bring your left hand down, right hand up high. So roll your right shoulder on top of your left. Press that left knee out using the outer hip. Take a nice breath in. On your exhale, start to rise up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Bend deeper into that front knee. Lift your left arm up high. Find space in your ribcage that will help your breath. Inhale. Exhale, back to that low lunge. So catch yourself maybe on those blocks. Pivot onto your right foot. And then press down into your right hand. Inhale, simple twist. Left hand floats up high. Press your right knee straight. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. And then step your left foot back. Option to float it. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. We're now going to flow the Sun-B, one breath to movement. If you get lost or confused, we're always going to meet back here in down dog. So let's move. Inhale, gaze forward. Soften your knees. On your exhale, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Bend into your legs. Reach your arms up high. Exhale, chair plane coming onto your tiptoes. So raise your heels up. Feel those heels float off the ground. Inhale, back to your chair pose. Heels drop down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. If this is too much for you, you can always just meet in down dog. You don't have to go through your vinyasa flow there. From here, inhale, float your right leg up high. Exhale, knee to nose, pull through your belly, press through your left toes. Inhale, kick your right leg up high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge, stack your shoulders over your hips. Exhale, airplane your arms, hinge forward, press your back knee straight. Inhale, warrior two, open up. Exhale, extended side angle, press your right knee open. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, low lunge, frame your front foot, pivot onto your back. Inhale, simple twist. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, high plank, drive your right foot back. Lower through your vinyasa chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Second side. Inhale, float your left leg up high. Exhale, knee to nose, pull through your belly. Inhale, kick your left leg up high. Exhale, low lunge. Step it through. Maybe bring your back foot in a few steps. Inhale, crescent lunge. Shoulders over hips. Exhale, airplane your arms, press your back knee straight. Inhale, warrior two, open up to a T. Use your outer left hip to draw your knee out. Exhale, extended side angle. Left hand down, right hand up. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, low lunge, frame your front foot. Inhale, simple twist, reach your left hand up high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high plank, kick your left foot back. Exhale, lower through your vinyasa, or just meet in downward facing dog. Beautiful, we made it through. Take a nice breath in, rise up on those tiptoes. Exhale your heels back towards the ground. All right, we're gonna flow one more time, adding on just a little bit, all right? Now you know where we're going, I'm gonna add a little bit more to it. So, take a nice breath in. On your exhale, step or float forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, bend deeper if you can. Exhale, chair plane on your tiptoes. Now stay on those toes. Reach your arms forward, inhale. On your exhale, hands to heart center, we come into what we call crouching curl. Bring your hands to the ground and see if you can keep those heels up high, ankles towards one another as we come into a little ball. So we'll just feel those toes stretch out. Work to pull those ankles in. Good, now drop your heels down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. Step back or float back. Pull your belly in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, float your right leg up high. Exhale, knee to nose, pull your belly in. Inhale, kick your right leg up high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Raise your arms up overhead. Listen here. Exhale, airplane pose. Launch onto your right leg. Press your left foot back and start to tip forward. Now point your left hip down towards the ground so your pelvis is squared down. Pull your shoulders back. Press your left foot to the back of the room. Good. Take a nice breath in. On your exhale, soften your front knee. Warrior two, open up to a T. Settle down into warrior two. And now straighten your front leg. Inhale. Exhale, triangle pose. Bump your left hip back. Reach, reach, reach far forward. Come into your triangle pose. Now pull your left shoulder back. Press your right hip forward. And square your pelvis towards the side of the room. Good. Take a nice breath in. Take a nice breath out. Good. Inhale, rise up into reverse warrior. Bend into your right knee. Reach your right arm up high. Exhale, low lunge. Listen here. Press weight into your left hand. Take your right foot. Step it into side plank. Inhale, side plank. Stack your right foot on top of your left. Reach your right hand up high. Feel free to modify on your knee. Side plank, so great for runners. So press your hips up and forward. Maybe you float your top leg. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Bring your right hand down, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Second side, inhale, float your left leg. Exhale, knee to nose, pull your belly in. Inhale, kick your left leg up high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Stack your shoulders over your hips, raise your arms up high. Exhale, airplane pose, sorry there. Shift your weight onto your left leg. Dial down your right hip. Pull your arms by your side. Find your balance. So come back to focus on your foot. Press down into your left big toe. Feel your foot rooted into the ground. Pull your shoulders back. Take a nice breath in. On your exhale, slowly place your right foot down. Come into warrior two. Maybe adjust your stance. And then straighten out your front leg. Inhale. Exhale, triangle pose. Bump your right hip back. Reach as far forward as you can. And then just allow that left arm to land wherever it does. You do not need to get down to the ground. Draw your right shoulder on top of your left. Take up space. And from here, inhale, reverse warrior. Bring your left hand up high to the sky. Re-bend into your front knee. Exhale, low lunge. Come frame your front foot, pivot onto your back. Press into your right hand. Inhale, side plank. So now step your left foot on top of your right. If you need to come down to your knee, that's totally fine. Or option to lift your top leg. Woo. And we'll hold here for 3, 2, and 1. And plant your left hand down, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. And on your exhale, press those heels towards the ground. Lift your tailbone up towards the sky. Maybe you notice your legs start to straighten a tiny bit. Again, don't force them. Inhale, lift your right leg up high. Exhale, back to that low lunge. And now drop your back knee. Bring your shoulders over your hips. So pull this right hip back, so we're in a high kneeling position. Right hip back, and then tuck your tailbone underneath you. Feel your core engage. And then lift your left arm up high. If you don't feel a stretch right now on the front of your left hip, start to press forward without arching your back. So I don't want to see any arching in your back. Pull your belly in, pull that right hip back. Take a side stretch. Feel that whole left side start to open up. As runners, it's really important to get this hip to move into extension because that's what needs to happen when we run. Pelvis needs to stay stable as that hip starts to extend behind us. So you can stay here if it feels like you need a little longer, or toe heel that right foot wider. Shift forward and now bring your hands to the inside of your right foot. Now, this may be where you are. If you need to grab some blocks or books to prop yourself up, that's okay. If you want to let that right knee open, that's okay. If you can get deeper, you can come down to your elbows. Or take the weight in your left hand, bend your back knee, take your right hand up and over, reach for the outside of your right foot, left foot rather, and then draw your knee in, roll your right shoulder back. Good, take a breath in. Take a breath out. And then release that foot down. Keep your hands on the inside of your right leg. Pick up your back knee and just walk your hands to face parallel to the side of your mat. Point your toes forward, and we take a wide-legged forward fold. So you can widen your stance, unlock your knees, let your head hang heavy. Take a breath in, and take a breath out. Now place your left hand on the ground, bend into your right knee, and reach your right hand up high. So we should start to get a nice inner thigh stretch. As you bend into your right knee, don't let the knee cave in. Draw it out in the line of your right foot. Reach your right hand up. Take a breath in. On your exhale, plant your right hand down. Bend your left knee, reach your left hand up. Keep your toes pointed to the side of the mat. Bend into that left knee. Take a breath in. On your exhale, plant your left hand down. Let's flow. Inhale, bend your right knee, reach your arm up. Exhale, bring your right arm down. Inhale, bend your left knee, reach up. Exhale, down. One more. See if you can bend a little deeper. And then let's go the other way. And then from here, walk yourself to frame your front foot. And just step your right foot back into your downward dog. From here, inhale, float your left leg up high. Exhale, low lunge. Drop your back knee. Shoulders over hips. Pull your left hip back, right hip forward. Tuck your tailbone underneath you. So keep this core engaged. Keep your lower rib cage pulled down and in. Right hand up high. If you feel like one hip's up high, pull it down. Maybe take a little side stretch. Roll your right shoulder back. And again, if you don't feel much of a stretch here, press the hip forward without arching your back. Option to stay here if you feel like you need a little more. Option to bring your hands to your inside leg. Toe heel your left foot wide. Let your hips sink forward. Now you can keep your hands up high here, or you can come down to your elbows. You can let this left knee open. Take what works for you. This is usually a really challenging posture for runners. If you feel like you can do it, bring your weight to your right hand. Take your left hand, reach for your back foot. So really good rectus stretch here. Pull your left shoulder back, draw your heel towards your bottom. Good, take a breath in. And take a breath out. Good, release your hands, release your foot, plant your left hand on the ground. Final downward facing dog. Step your left foot back. And then take a nice breath and rise up on your tiptoes. On your exhale, press your heels towards the ground. Let go of any tension in your neck. And then drop down to your knees. Spin onto your back. So we've got our hips to warm up, we've got our feet working. A little bit more into our hip and back area, and then we smooth sail from here. Bring your heels close to your sit bones, be prepared for bridge pose. Shoulders back to the ground. Inhale, lift your hips up off the ground, and then breathe here. Notice if the knees are bowing out, draw them in line. Knees and toes are like two train tracks. Lift your hips up, but keep that core engaged. And you can stay here, or if you feel like you have it, maybe lift your left leg. Keep that left thigh right next to the right, not up here, just right next to the right. Drive your right hip up high to the sky. You're here for 3, 2, 1. Left foot down. Keep that left glute up or active. Keep that pelvis up. Extend your right leg. Keep pushing the hips up to the ceiling. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way down. Bring your left foot over your right. Figure 4 stretch. So you can pull your right knee in. If you want to take a traditional pigeon, go for it. Sometimes us runners, pigeon is too much. It's always a great option though, but right now, you can just lay here and do a figure 4. Pull your left knee, toes towards your knee. Relax your shoulders down. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Bring your right foot down, unwind. Cross your right over your left. Pull your left leg in. Relax your shoulders down to the ground. And even if this is too much, I should tell you, another good modification is just to press that right hip open. Good, take a breath in. And take a breath out. And then unwind your legs. Give them a little bit of a hug, maybe a big hug. Take a breath in. And on your exhale, send your legs to the front of your mat. Let your arms come down by your side. We're in our final posture, Shavasana. Keep your eyes closed and bring the sense of awareness back to your body. How do your feet feel? How do your legs feel? How does your back feel? How do your arms feel? And then let go any tension you may be holding on to. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. And you're welcome to stay here as long as you wish, especially if you have some extra time on your hands. But if you're ready to move on with your day, just gently roll to your side and then slowly sit up. And then bring your hands to heart center. We'll seal our practice with a breath together. Take a nice deep breath in, fill up. Big exhale out. Let go. Draw your thumbs to your third eye, your seat of intuition. The love, the light, the teacher in myself respects and honors the love and light in all of you. We bow to each other and we say namaste. Namaste. Hope you had a good little practice, about 30 minutes of yoga. It's really important to complement that running, but I also hope you brought some awareness to your body. Maybe you noticed your right side stronger than your left side, or that your right side could do something better than your left side. These little micro imbalances can really shine in your running. So it's good, yoga is a good place, a good resource to use to acknowledge those imbalances and to keep you healthy, to keep you active. For now, my name is Lindsay, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.